And hello again, everybody. Welcome to Floyd Hall Stadium in Fort Lauderdale on Selkirk TV3. I'm Dave LaMont, along with Michael Laderman, and on the field, Nick Sortal, which will bring you for the third year the Dolphins Legends and the Rotary Celebrity AllStars, more or less. And you just watched the first pitch from former Dolphin Don Nottingham to Bill Aiken, one of the organizers of this game. The home plate umpire today is Dale Hutchison. He's joined on the bases by Fritz Heidgaard and Ron Ishoy. I'm Dave LaMont, and there is going to be a single for the Rotarians, who, by the way, Mike, lose this game about every year. But the Dolphins, believe it or not, are actually forced to play fairly hard.
Well, I spoke to Bill Aiken right before the game, Dave, and he said that these guys have come within one run every year, including the first year when Mike got a home run in the bottom of the 10th inning to win the game for the Dolphins. They want this game big. They want it very big. They've been preparing all year long for this, and now it's finally here, and Aiken leads off with a single.
We're not going to get every single lineup right, but Aiken's going to round second here. Brzezinski with a long throw into third, and it's way off the line, so that's a double for the Rotarians.
Aiken showing his speed rounding second. And, of course, these old-timers for the Rotarians and also the Dolphins need these shortened base paths. Looks like about
no question.
30 feet each way, maybe
you
35.
See Aiken suffering just a little bit already. This is Tim Wells, and he lines one toward left. The big dog, Joe Rose, makes the sliding catch. However, the run will score, so the Rotarians are on the board first. Trying to set the Dolphins for you out in the outfield. Joe Rose, of course, my broadcast partner on WQAM, is in left. Also in left center, former punter Dale Hatcher. Dwayne Dotson is in right center, and Bob Brzezinski is the right fielder. Catching, by the way, is Bryn Kozlowski, one of Mike Kozlowski's two daughters. You get a good shot of her. She makes the catch. And home plate umpire Dale Hutchison with a firm call. There's Don Nottingham, your pitcher.
I got to do a story on Bryn Kozlowski and the rest of the Kozlowski family earlier this year. Nice family and very athletic family and very big into softball. They should feel right at home tonight.
Well, we were told to keep an eye on those girls if they get a chance to bat. That's going to be a hit, and that's going to make it 2-0 Rotarians. I believe you and I are going to be the official scorers in this game, so we better be very, very careful here.
We're still trying to figure out the names to go on with the numbers.
Right. We did not get starting lineups, but this game isn't always about doing everything exactly by the rules. This is to benefit charity, and we'll talk a little bit more about that during the broadcast. That was Bill Paulson, I believe, is the lefty who got the RBI, and we are looking now at Ted Moses. Some of these guys played last year and actually played, fairly well.
Moses considered one of the top hitters for the Rotarians.
He's got the big dog backed up, and Joe covers the ground, though, and makes the catch. And why the runner did not go from first to second on that, I don't know, but that's 2 outs. The infield for the Dolphins, their manager, Kim Bocamper, who helped put his team first. Howie Schrager, kind of a ringer, is over at second base. Shortstop right now being held by Mike Hardy, and Kozlowski at third base. I mentioned his daughter behind the plate handling the catching. That's going to fall in front of Hatcher from Decker, and that's going to move the runner along to second, and Hatcher guns a wild throw. And Don Nottingham trying to block third, and not a lot of success in keeping Paulson off the third base. That base hit from Dean Decker. So the Rotarians already up 2-0 under some slightly threatening skies here on the east side of Fort Lauderdale. This field, of course, Mike, is used for the Big League World Series in August, and if no one has ever been out there, if you haven't been out there, I should say, it is a terrific, terrific event.
Actually, this weather reminds me of the Big League World Series every year that it's held here.
Oh, man, you get some days. They've had to play 4 or 5 games in a day because of weather. Here's Ernie Euler.
Ernie Euler, one of 2 number 14s for the Fort Lauderdale Rotarians. This will call him 14B.
Jamie Meehan, I believe, is 14A, and he got this thing going. The Rotarians up 2-zip, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Grounder past Kaz. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2 as the big dog holds up the throw, and it's 4-0 Rotarians here in the top of the first inning. They are going to play a regulation 9-inning game.
Paulson and Decker showing their great speed rounding the base paths. These guys are known for their bats for the Rotarians, instead motoring on home.
They have cut the field down to size. Don't be confused by that little I formation of bases there. It's the base closest to the pitcher that is second base. Here's Frank Lantana, the pitcher, and the big dog is right there. So Joe Rose makes all the putouts. However, the Rotarians take a 4-0 lead. We've played a half inning here at Floyd Hall Stadium. You're watching Charity Softball on Selkirk TV3.
protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
And it's the bottom of the first. You're on Selkirk TV3. I'm Dave LaMont, along with Mike Laderman upstairs in Floyd Hall Stadium. We've drawn a beautiful assignment here in a very nice air-conditioned booth. Actually, you see the clouds in your picture. It's a pretty nice evening. It is not a steamy South Florida evening by any means. And the Rotarians will take their 4-0 lead on defense for the first time. Frank Lanzana will do some pitching, and we'll try to set the Rotarians defensively. You can always spot Bill Aiken at second base with those flowered shorts. Looks like Dean Decker will be over at first. Ted Moses down at third. The shortstop should be Jamie Meehan. And the outfield is a mixed bag. The other number 14, Ernie Euler, is in left. And right center should be Bill Paulson. There you see Frank, always identifiable by his Giants cap. Right field, Mike Sanchez. Left center, Tim Wells. And Crazy Sam is their catcher, Mike. I understand we're going to find him to be pretty entertaining as Kim Bocamper leads off for the Dolphins.
This is actually pretty shocking right now, Dave. We're at the Rotarians with a 4-0 lead. Usually they've been down early every game. Last year they were down 9-0 to start the contest before they battled back. That contest, of course, an 18-17 Dolphin win.
So you've researched this then. You checked into last year's game.
Actually done some work on this for the charity event.
Bocamper playing a little bit of a sore knee, he says. Looks at a ball a little bit high. Good crowd on hand here, by the way, at the stadium also, and they're protected in case we do get a few drops. Bocamper sees that one go inside. Also with us from the Sun Sentinel, Nick Sortal, and we'll be checking in with Nick from time to time. He's our roving reporter as Bocamper just rips one to the left. And they were playing him deep. If Bo had any legs at all, he'd be in second right now. They were back. I mean, they were back to a normal baseball depth here.
Ted Moses looking for a play deep, did not get it, instead goes straight through the left side of the infield.
Here's Howie Schrager, who is a buddy of Bocamper's, brought in to do a little bit of, let's just say, stringer work here, as we've had a substitution. Looks like Kimberly Kozlowski is going to run for Bo, who does have some bad wheels right now. Schrager rips one. That's going to drop into right center field for a base hit. Koz will stop at second. No, she won't. Oh, she fell down. They got a chance at second base. They're going to get her at third. In the rundown, she's out. So Kimberly Kozlowski tripped going around second base. She's out. One down. Gets a high five from Bo, who's realizing he may not have done much better. So Schrager is on second. Alert base running by Schrager.
Kemery, though, looking like her father out there running a little bit.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. So Kemery is out. One down, one on. And here's Dwayne Dotson. And Dwayne, we watched him hit. Now, he's a stocky sort, very powerful-looking young man, but I didn't see a lot of softball experience.
Unlike the rest of this Dolphin team, who seems to enjoy the game of softball, out here quite often. This is the game of choice for the Dolphins when not on the football field.
Ooh, on the inside. And to tell you what, we will not have any problem hearing our umpire here today. I want to see that Dwayne, for some reason, play ball at Texas A&M. There's something about that sticks in my mind. I'm not exactly sure that's right.
We might have to have somebody check into that. I got to agree with you. I remember Dwayne Dotson playing for in Texas.
Yeah, and to tell you what, he looks like a kind of guy who was big enough to play ball on the defensive line for Texas.
I think Dwayne Dotson can play ball any line he wants to play.
He fouls that one out of play. Batter's out! And he's out. You foul a third strike and slow pitch, you don't belong out there. So 2 down, and here is the dog, Joe Rose, calling his shot, saying he's going to hit it deep to left.
We've seen this before. This is actually, I think, where Joe Rose would be popping up somewhere towards the left field.
You know what? Goofball did this last year and homered. I'm serious. Frank, let's see if Frank throws at him. I would try to knock Joe down here. Joe's going to get a base hit and maybe drive in a run. Schrager's going to round third, and he will drive in a run. It's a 4-1 game, and Joe gets the RBI single.
I'm just guessing, Dave, but you're not going to hear the end of that tomorrow on the QAM.
Well, the home run last year, the home run trot was particularly obnoxious, but, you know, what can you do?
Well, that's sort of like the morning show.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. Mike Kozlowski stepping up to the plate, and he might be the weakest of the 3 Kozlowski family members who are going to be playing in this game. And I don't think that was Frank's pitch rolling the ball there. I think he was just getting one over the umpire.
Frank going for the old beanball, the Charlie Brown beanball, not fooling Kozlowski one bit.
Well, I tell you, I think Frank should have knocked Rose down. I really do. I think that was a major, major mistake. Popped him on. Right field playing way too deep. Can he find it? No, he cannot. The big dog is going to score. Kozlowski's going to make third easily.
Not always.
Oh, he's going to go for home here, and he is safe.
That's that Mike Kozlowski athleticism, which he gets from his 3 daughters in the family.
He is safe, and it's a 4-3 game now. And here's Bob Brzezinski, chicken wing man extraordinaire, wearing a Chargers Super Bowl champion t-shirt. Must have got that one pretty cheap. Brew hits it high in the left. Got to play on this. Got to play. Euler makes the running catch. And that, by my count, is 3 outs. And that is the end of the first inning with the Rotarians in front, 4-3.
I don't know, I'm missing something there.
This is New Guinea.
It's so powerful.
I don't see it.
I'm having an out-of-decade experience. I was walking and came upon a fountain which bore the sign, "Don't drink the water."
Do you get
the beggar
this?
carries a
Isn't
sign
it
saying, "I'm
fantastic?"
blind." What does this poem mean to me? It's like a collage of images.
Let's
and
face it,
sounds.
not every cultural activity appeals to everyone.
Finding an oasis.
So we're giving you something everyone likes, a choice. That's why 23,000 arts and humanities groups are inviting you to find something you can get excited about. Just call for a free brochure about what's going on in your community.
I think I'm getting into this.
They're tuning up.
The arts and humanities, there's something in it for you. There's a lot going on in your community. For a free brochure on how to get involved, call our toll-free number.
Top of the second inning. Welcome back. Dave LaMont, Mike Laderman, Nick Sortal here on Selkirk TV3. The first batter of the inning for the Rotarians. Going to get a little hit, and Dotson will have it hit off the second base bag, and Dwayne Dotson will run that thing down.
Frank Lanzana
Tom
making it barely.
Tom Mahaney. Never mind a batting order. You made a mistake of getting a batting order. No, Frank batted last inning. There's Tom Mahaney right there.
Dave, as long as you know.
Well, that's only because I saw his name on his shirt. Here's Mike Sanchez, the right fielder, facing Don Nottingham.
We'll call them all Steve.
That's a way to get around it. 4-3, top 2 here. Sanchez couldn't be further out of that batter's box. Looks like if he tried. Right to short, could be 2. They get 1. And he threw it away. But, you know, there could be some kind of interference on this. The batter is out. An interference on the first baseman. Somehow, miraculously, Tom Mahaney never left first base. I don't understand it. And you have a real umpire, Mr. Hutchison, and then Ron Ishoy from the Herald, who doesn't qualify as a real umpire.
Mahaney, I think, didn't know just what was going on at the time. The ball hit, first of all, couldn't get around the first baseman over there.
No, but he should have, and it's a double play. Now, what are we doing this game for? Of course, this is a charity game, and it's going to benefit some outstanding organizations. Gilda's Club, a Fort Lauderdale Cancer Center named after the late Gilda Radner. And also some high school scholarships for my alma mater, Fort Lauderdale High, and also for St. Thomas Aquinas. And here's crazy Sam Iacone, the catcher. If the big dog gets this, no, he can't. And Hatcher will pick it up. Look at Hatcher. Hatcher looks like the kind of guy who might play a little ball. Very unusual build for a punter.
Dale having some time off, able to work on these softball.
Good point. Well, that's why he's on this former Dolphin team.
I believe we have Bryn Kozlowski
Bryn is catching.
behind the plate.
Right. And here's Bill Aiken. Back to the top of the Rotarian order, but there's already 2 outs. Aiken at Dodson. Dodson will have to scoop it and fires a throw in. Dodson doesn't lack for an arm. We've got 2 on and 2 out.
Crazy Sam doing his best to duck, not knowing where that throw is going to be going.
I don't think Schrager did either at second base. Now this, according to our calculation, should be one of the 2 number 14s we had. That would be Jamie Meehan. That is clearly strike 1.
Bill Aiken, you mentioned his wicked shorts before the game, does make a statement.
Oh, and that got through, and this is going to score. Oh, it's Crazy Sam. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but Sam missed third base. The throw goes wild. 1 run is in. Kozlowski trying to stop Aiken from scoring, and he has done it so far. He is safe. Oh, that was close. Aiken may be hurt.
Now this is Kozlowski tag teaming.
Well, I know he didn't want to slide high on his daughter, but by the way, somebody should appeal at third because Crazy Sam got nowhere near third base.
We're looking at a little bit of cheating now on the third base bag where Crazy Sam does miss, and then coming at home with Kozlowski blocking Bill Aiken.
Well, it all adds up to 2 runs, and it's 6-3, and here's Wells. Well hit. Well hit. Well hit over Rose's head. This could be an inside the park shot. Joe gets the ball in quickly, got to hold him to a triple. Good play there by Joe in the outfield as Tim Wells gets a triple.
Tim Wells, one of the 4 or 5 gentlemen on the Rotarians who are known for their power. You saw it right there, Dave, well over the head of Joe Rose, and he probably won't mention that tomorrow on the morning show.
But can you explain these socks? These Rotarians are wearing these pseudo stirrup socks.
We're
looking a little rough.
This is somewhat pre-1950.
Yeah, you could say that. Paulson up the middle. It's going to make it a 7-3 ball game. And right now, a weakness up the middle is the shortstop, Mike Hardy, not getting over there to cover those balls.
One thing we're not seeing, though, with the Rotarians is the 100% cotton uniforms. They do have the socks. That's about all they're left of that. Surprisingly, 7-3 game.
You know, this has a chance to drop. Dodson back. Oh, good play. That's the 3rd out. However, the Rotarians pick up 3 more. We have played an inning and a half. We're going to take a break and come back. Your score, the Rotarians 7 and the Dolphins 3.
They're still around, and these diseases could be life-threatening. Full protection takes around 5 visits for shots. Ask if your baby is up to date on every visit to your doctor. Or, if you don't have a doctor, call 1-800-232-2522 to find out where to get your baby's shots.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 2nd inning here at Floyd Hall Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. 7-3, the Rotarians leading the Dolphin Legends. We mentioned the Nick Sortal of the Sun Sentinel is with us, and he's doing some field reporting today. Nick, who you got?
Hi, I'm Nick Sortal. I'm here with Mike Kozlowski of the Dolphins. He played with them from 79 to 86. Mike also did a fine third base play there. Tell us about that play a little bit. Who'd you learn that from?
Thank God for umpire. You know, it's a bogus call. They're getting these cheap hits off the end of the bat. I mean, not on the end, off the very end of the bat, so I had to slow up the runner a little bit.
Sometimes you just got to take it in your own hands now, right?
It's a little technique we learned playing football.
Speaking about off the end of the bat, tell us about that home run you hit to right field.
That was another off the end of the bat. That was off the very end, too.
That was a blast.
I was trying to go there, but not quite that high.
In the box score, we'll call it a blast, right?
Oh,
it counts as a tater, exactly. What are you doing now? What are you doing with yourself?
I'm a sales rep for Salem Sportswear and Pro Player. I'm out of New Hampshire, and it's licensed apparel, pro sports stuff. I BS about sports all day.
Well, we wondered how he got this fine outfit here, and if you want to know, you can just call up there and we're set. All right, back to you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right, Nick, thank you, and thank you, Kaz, as well. Good to see Kaz again. And we have a 7-3 ball game, and we need to see if the Dolphins can mount some kind of a comeback here.
The immortal Nick Sortal talking with one of the key members of this Dolphin team, Kozlowski, known for his softball prowess.
First pitch fouled off. I like that, by the way, the immortal Sortal. Now, we could start something here with that.
The immortal Nick Sortal. Been going on for a few months, actually.
Oh, really?
He's proven it before time and time again on TV3, especially with his show that he co-hosts on Wednesday nights. I believe, from 8 to 9 on TV3.
Yeah, I'm fairly familiar with how that show works, actually. Although I wouldn't know lately, unfortunately. That is foul. That's 2 strikes. Ron Ishoy dramatically there at third base. And if any of our camera crew can get a good shot of Ron during the game, you can see the tomato and hamburger stains on his umpire shirt from earlier in the pregame when he showed the total inability to juggle a glass of beer and a cheeseburger. And it was embarrassing. A 2-strike pitch. Way outside.
Ron Ishoy, also known for his prowess on TV3.
As a political reporter, correct?
Political.
That's well hit by Hardy. That's going to drop in. Boy, the outfielders for the Rotarians are playing deep. Hardy's going to try to go for 2, and he makes it. I mean, these guys are deep. We're sitting in the press box here at Floyd Hall, actually the visitors box that they use during the Big League World Series. We're between home and third. We can't see all the way in the left without standing up, and we can't see the left fielder at all.
This seems to be the Lauderdale Rotary strategy. Evidently, they've learned from the last 2 years in which the Dolphins have scored over 10 runs each game. Let's keep the ball in front of us, and let's make them earn it.
Ooh, Nottingham swinging and miss there.
It's working quite well. 7-3 right now for Lauderdale in the lead.
That should be an out, and is. Frank Lanzana, by the way, has been replaced, as you can see, by J.D. Thrower. Lanzana apparently already worn out. There's Mike Hardy, good friend of Bob Brzezinski's. Does a lot of work with the NFL alumni in South Florida, the Dolphins chapter.
J.D. Thrower on the mound for the Rotarians.
Dale Hatcher makes the catch. And J.D. a little weak-armed right now.
Not apt with his name at the moment. Not getting it over the plate like he wants to. With his team up by 4 runs, clearly wants the Dolphins to at least hit the ball in play.
Oh, Hatcher has wrapped it way back, but he's there and left it. It's off at the signs. Hatcher just blew one out of here. He's going to stand up at third with a triple, and out in left field is Ernie Euler, and Ernie had a shot at that ball.
An incredible shot, first of all, by Hatcher. Boy, we wanted to throw it to get it over the plate. He sure did. Hatcher taking advantage of that into left field. However, Euler not able to field it. The crowd's in his eyes.
Well, I don't know what happened to him there because he was back deep enough, which is even more amazing as Bryn Kozlowski steps into the plate here. But we have some signs representing some sponsors out here up against the left field fence right in front of the scoreboard. That's a shot, and he didn't get it. So Hatcher's on third with a triple. We have 1 out and way outside.
This could be the break that the Miami Dolphins have been looking for this game.
That's way inside.
Bryn Kozlowski, not quite with the power her father has, but this girl can rip. She played like her sister for South Plantation High School, one of the top softball players along with her sister in Broward County.
Dolphins, of course, picked up a run on that as that hit drove in Hardy, so it's a 7-4 ball game. And Bryn draws a walk. And she appears to maybe have some speed. Now, her sister had a little bit of an accident. We see some of the crowd in the hanging out in the dugout today.
Thrower now seemingly tiring for Fort Lauderdale.
Well, I gotta say, it's not like they're asking him to do a lot here. I mean, this is slow pitch.
Get it over the plate, that's all you need. He did it a little bit too well.
Yeah.
When Hatcher took him deep into left.
Well, don't you think, though, this is a no-win, hard-luck job? You see Dale Hatcher there pitching in a softball game, slow pitch.
Well, not only Hatcher, but the rest of the Dolphins. They seemingly eat this stuff up.
But they're down 7-4 in this game. Kimbo Camper back up for his second trip, way outside.
J.D. Thrower starting to throw a little bit wild now.
Maybe he needs to pull up those stirrup socks. He and Crazy Sam both have not gone with it the traditional look. Two things should never happen, I think, Mike, in a slow pitch softball game. You should never strike out, and the pitcher should never walk anybody. And right now, he nearly walked Camper again. Right fielder isn't going to get this. Neither is Aiken at second. It's going to be 7-5. Bryn's going to round second, try to get into third. She will do so easily. Runners on the corners with 1 out and a 7-5 score.
And there's that speed that you talked about for Bryn Kozlowski, Dave. Of course, she had a nice jump, and then again, with Lauderdale Rotarians playing them deep, the short ones are starting to drop for the Dolphins.
Kemery Kozlowski will come out and run again for Beaucamper.
A bunch of old legs on the Dolphins side.
And much younger legs than Mike's family, so he brought his daughters along just in case they needed an extra body or two, and they're going to get some PT today.
Now, how could Beaucamper hurt that knee in the radio booth?
Howie Schrager watched the first pitch go by. Apparently, I was talking to him in the outfield before the game. I believe he actually went to a softball tournament and said he pulled 2 hamstrings and injured cartilage in his knee. So the story goes. Schrager's going to hit this one, and it's going to be out of play.
We're having about, looks about a crowd of 1,000 here at Floyd Hall Stadium, which is seemingly bigger than a few of the Major League Baseball figures that we've seen lately.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks a little more full here than some of the ballparks have so far. I was out in San Francisco and saw an opening day crowd of 30,000 less than they had, and then the next day they had only 15,000, 30,000 less than they had the year before. Schrager wraps one. This is catchable, though. See if Paulson can find it in the lights. He does. However, Kaz is going to tag. Seems like Garber in that family, Kaz. And it's a 7-6 game, 2 down. Sacrifice fly works. Kemerly Kozlowski will stay at first base.
The fans not choosing to make a stand tonight have come out. No bad signs, too, against the game. Very nice.
No, I don't think you'll have much problem here, and I'm sure also you'll get a chance for some of these ex-Dolphins to sign some autographs. Dwayne Dotson fouls one back. Crazy Sam's not going to get there. So it's going to be a strike.
We've yet to see also any Dolphin holdouts for this softball game, nor any Rotarian holdouts.
No. These guys want to get on TV, that's why.
Just taking their paycheck and playing the game and enjoying it.
And it's nice to see this crowd because this is a bigger crowd than they had last year at Mills Pond Park. Of course, you have a good facility here, too, a great facility. That's basically a shot at the 7th pin that goes wide for a ball. An enthusiastic swing, but no go. And now it's 2 strikes. Now Dotson struck out before on a foul ball.
This is pressure both on the pitcher here and on Dotson, the hitter. As far as J.D. Thrower on the mound for Florida, not able to get the ball over the plate. Finally, he's starting to do that, and Dotson fouling it off. Now this could work in the favor of J.D. Thrower.
Maybe not. That's going to drop into center field. See if Kemerly can get around second without falling. She does. Bad throw comes bouncing in. Kemerly is into third. Gets a high five from Bo. It's a good shot of one of Mike's daughters. And we've got runners on the corners with 2 out, and here's Joe Rose calling again for the left field blast. And Joe could tie this game up or put his team ahead. Joe's not interested in taking any pitches. He singles up the middle. That's going to make it a 7-7 ball game. Dwayne Dotson, and no one's going to get in the way of this guy. Are you kidding me? It's 8-7, the Dolphins lead. Joe Rose with a sliding, spectacular double, and it's 8-7.
Great play all the way around by the Dolphins. First of all, Dotson rounding third, and as you said, who's going to stop Dotson? But then again, the throw coming wide. Luckily, behind the plate, nobody gets in his way. Dotson there, and Rose sliding safely into second base.
You know, I've seen this act before. But Joe does always his best to entertain everybody. Here's Mike Kozlowski. Now the Dolphins lead 8-7. In the bottom of the second inning, I think there is a 55-run limit in this game.
And J.D. Thrower just starting to get hammered by the Dolphins. They found his number, and quickly. Only took them 2 innings.
Well, Joe made a nice move there. He went with the pitch, didn't try to force it, and just grounded it between first and second, actually, and drove in 2 runs. And Dotson got up ahead of steam, and forget it. He looks like he weighs about 260, 270 or more. Nobody, not even a guy named Crazy Sam, is going to get in his way.
Crazy Sam luckily out of the way. The ball somehow almost hit Dotson, ducking underneath it, sliding safely in, and we have a Dolphin advantage.
This should do it, though. It does. That's the 3rd out, but the Dolphins score 5 in the second. We have played 2 here at Floyd Hall Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Dolphins 8, the Rotarians 7.
Helmets on, and now our mouth guards. What are mouth guards? You should always wear a mouth guard while playing sports, whether you're playing baseball, basketball, skateboarding, football, or riding your bicycle. Mouth guards protect your teeth and your smile, and Mouth guards are cool. Cool.
Top of 3 in this 9-inning ball game at Floyd Hall in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Dolphins 8, the Rotarians 7. Dave LaMont and Michael Laderman upstairs, and on the field, here is the immortal Nick Sortal.
I'm here with Frank Lanzana, the pitcher and the heart and soul of the Rotary. It's starting to come down quite a bit of rain right now, and Frank, we want to know if you have any special rain strategy to battle these Dolphins.
Well, first of all, I took a gallon and a half of Geritol before the game. I went to church for 4 hours, and it's still raining, so I think I'm a heathen.
Well, either that or we need a dome here maybe. We could talk to Floyd Hall and get us a covered stadium.
We tried to call his thing about a dome, but he wouldn't call us back. What we're going to try to do is get ahead, and then we're going to make the rain really come down, and we're going to leave.
Frank's the number 3 hitter. He's on deck right now, so we're going to have to let him run and go bat. Looks like you got an RBI opportunity coming up, Frank. What's your strategy?
I'm going to try to hit the ball in the infield.
Good strategy. Back to you guys.
All right, Nick, thanks. Dean Decker lining one off Nottingham's leg, and looks like Knotts is okay, but Decker wound up at second if Nottingham threw wildly at first base.
Even Frank Lanzana with the immortal Nick Sortal, you can't get that anywhere else.
No, only on Selkirk TV3 can you find something like that. Here's Ernie Euler. He looks at a ball inside.
Frank Lanzana watching Holy Moses on cable this morning.
That is inside, ball 2. Now, also, guys, you got to be up there swinging a bat in a game like this, too.
Ernie Euler, 14B. We have him down here. Still the shot for the RBI, and as you say,
fair ball, says Ishoy. That's going to tie this game up if Decker can get it in there. With a heavy-duty throw, safe.
Decker barely making it around third base. At least he touched it, unlike Crazy Sam earlier in the game.
He doesn't look real fast. Nothing against Dean, but it's a tie ball game at 8. And here is Frank Lanzano, the runner on second. Euler went down on the throw. So an RBI single, we're even up at 8.
Nice shot by Euler, just eking by the third base side. He's standing at second. We'll see if the prayer will be working for Frank Lanzana.
Crowd getting into it here. That's a shot past Schrager. Dotson will charge in, and he will fire the throw in to Hardy at shortstop, and that's going to put runners in the corners, and we have nobody out.
Schrager, a nice diving attempt at second base, just getting past the glove. Don't quite remember his Dolphin experience, Dave.
It's a long story. Tom Mahaney. He is what is known as a ringer. Tom Mahaney will come on here. Knotts' pitch to him on the way. There's a swing and a miss.
Actually, the Fort Lauderdale Rotarians do have one other ringer waiting in the wings. Not sure if they want us to announce Dwight Drain.
Saw Dwight, and he looks pretty good. Don't know if he can play softball, but he's got the body that would intimidate any pitcher.
According to Mr. Drain, and I stress Mr. Drain, who played for Buffalo from 86 to 92, strong safety, he cannot play the game.
Cannot?
Cannot play the game. I disagree.
We'll see. That's a foul pop, and that's going to do it. Kozlowski doesn't even have to try for that. He is out. That's one away. I thought, yeah, that's more like it. Mahaney kind of not leaving when he was supposed to, but he's out. That'll bring up Mike Sanchez, holding down right field today for the Rotarians.
Sanchez needs to get a ball in play to score a run.
Hatcher broke late on it, and it falls in front of him, and the Rotarians are back. Wow.
Look at that throw by Hatcher.
Euler scores. It's a 9-8 game, but Hatcher just unveiled a cannon shot there, didn't he?
Dale Hatcher, an incredible throw. Finds himself coming up short out in center field with the play. Instead, almost gets his man out at second. Incredible throw.
Well, Lanzana's not exactly a speedster.
Still, I believe we found a new position for Dale Hatcher, and it's not on the football field, and it's not being a punter.
All right, Crazy Sam is ready. He will bat with one out, and runners on first and second, 9-8. And we're the ones keeping score here, which is pretty scary. Crazy Sam right at Kaz. Is he going to get anybody with this? No, he's not.
Bobble play by Kozlowski, and he will hear this from his daughters, who play third and short respectively, Bryn and Kemery.
Kaz may have been a little bit shaken on that little shot there. Kind of caught him, a little funny. He's going to walk it off. Bases loaded. You do see some of the showers on your screen now. Here's Bill Aiken, and he golfs one over second. One run will score. Dodson just unloads a throw toward Bryn, and that's going to stop that at a one-run single, but the bases remain loaded with one out, and the score is now 10-8 Rotarians.
Look at these Dolphins' arms, first of all, on the defensive side. They are playing an incredible defense. The ball's dropping in front of them, yes, but they are getting it back into the infield quickly.
Jamie Meehan looks at strike one. You see some of the bat boys and many of the youngsters, a lot of children here, and it's great to see them at this event. Also, they're giving away during the evening 4 days and 3 nights raffle, Green Turtle Cay and the Abaco Bahamas. Stop by Kaz. Can he get one at least? He does. The run will score, however.
Another error by Kozlowski playing third base.
2 outs, and the score is now 11-8, and the batter will be Tim Wells. I mentioned some other raffle prizes tonight. And we also want to take a moment as the ball game goes on. There you see your score, and we will let you know some of the people who helped put this game together. Wells singles it in the left. Rose after it. 1 run will score, and it's a 12-8 ball game.
Picking on the side of Mike Kozlowski, and he cannot do anything but stand there in disbelief. 3 shots in a row getting onto Kozlowski's side. 2 bobble, the one just straight past the old-timer.
Mr. Paulson is up, and he'll drive one right at Brzezinski, who makes the catch, and that's going to do it. However, the Rotarians pick up 5 runs, and after 2.5 innings of a 9-inning affair here at Floyd Hall Stadium, it is the Rotarians 12 and the Dolphin Legends 8.
They're all going back. Men, women, people of all ages. They're going back for a variety of reasons. To train for a new job, to get that high school diploma, learn about their newly adopted country, or simply to pursue some long-neglected dream. They're all going back, these and more, and we're ready for them. Whoever you are, wherever you live in Broward County, we're ready for you too, and waiting.
Bottom of 3, the Dolphins are down 12-8 in this game. Dave LaMont and Mike Laderman and the immortal Nick Sortal on the field. I like that. There's a ring to that. Here's Bob Brzezinski, the batter. Lanzana back on the mound. And the big dog, Joe Rose, is in the booth. Mike, if you don't mind giving up the headsets to Mr. Show Business here.
Oh, not at all. Not for this gentleman who's been playing a great game today.
Joe playing gutsy, playing with the bad back. May have injured himself on that slide also. Hey, how you doing, dog?
Doing great, Dave. A little disappointed with my effort on the one play. I felt I had to make up for it. I dove into second, but it's a good game this year. We hope the weather will hold up. Talking in the dugout, I can tell you the Dolphins feel they'll come back and win this, even as we start to get up towards 40 and some of the guys over the 40-year-old barrier. Still feel good. You can hear the lightning and thunder in the back, but it won't stop our guys from playing.
Not at all.
Not unless somebody dies.
Well, you look okay. You look like you've lost a couple pounds to train for this game. I know personally the training regimen that we kept a secret that we didn't talk about at all, and that you went on for this game, and you look great.
Well, it's just great to be back here. You see the guys. You see some of the effort right there. Big Mike going for a double, and the team feels strongly about this. There's a lot of charity events going on. A lot of guys said no. The baseball game that takes place at Floyd Hall Park is the most important thing. So here we are, and we're in a battle. They look to be a much better team this year, Dave, over last year.
They're focused, no question about it. They remember what happened last year. They remember your taunting home run trot, I think, specifically, that 5-minute trot around the base.
We got I will say this, Dave, and I don't know if you guys have got the word up here, but it's a very soft ball. It's not carrying, it's taking some of our power away. Now, Del Hatcher, of course, can still hit the long ball.
Right.
But we're playing a 340-foot left field fence, and it's just hard. So we've had to change our thinking. You'll see a lot more balls going to right field for base hits this year.
Well, I thought you went with the pitch very nicely on your big RBI
Thank
single.
You. Just wanted to get it in the hole, and I felt I could leg it out for a double.
Nottingham down to third. Going to get him out. What the heck? Oh, he got Hardy. Now Hardy calling time isn't going to cut it. That's 2 outs. 2 outs earlier.
That's a stupid base running mistake, though.
Yes,
he can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
You're right.
That can't take place. Some of my teammates are doing stupid things right now, Dave, and they can't do stupid things and expect to win.
There's Don Nottingham, who's on it first on a fielder's choice. Here's Dale Hatcher, who, boy, he whipped out an arm.
You know, he's got a great arm. He's a little slow. He's got punter speed, but I'll tell you what, he's got a great bat. Not to be critical of guys today.
No,
I'm
not at
on
all.
A charity event.
No. You don't want to be taking shots.
Look at Knotts. That shot of Knotts tells the whole story right there.
Oh, it could be.
How far is it?
It might be. It could be. It's gone.
Oh, no.
No, it's off the fence.
Oh, no, it's off the fence.
It's off the fence.
Oh, no, it's going to be close.
Nottingham may not
he's going to go for it.
He is safe. A 2-run shot for Dale Hatcher. I thought he hit it out of here, but it hit the top of the fence.
What a swing.
And it's 12-10, and you can feel the Dolphin momentum.
Do we have instant replay up here?
No, we don't. Not yet.
Because I was going to tell you something. Dale Hatcher, that form on that swing right there was just great. You can see the guys are excited. The rain's starting to come down, but this team wants it. There's a big pride thing between Dolphin players and Fort Lauderdale anyway, in general. So it's all part of the event today.
Boy, he went fast pitch on Bryn Kozlowski, who plays softball at Broward.
She's an all-star in her own right, absolutely. The Kozlowski girls obviously got all their mother's talent.
And mother's looks, too. That's going to be the out number 3. However, a couple of runs. Do you have to get back?
Yeah, it's been fun,
though.
though.
Dog, it's always good to share the
I'm going to try to catch a couple more or get hit with lightning. One or the other. I'll come back up and let you know what happened.
I'll look for that. Thank you, Big Dog. Joe Rose with us here on Selkirk TV 3. And thanks for the sweaty headsets, Big Dog. After 3, it's the Rotarians 12, the Dolphins 10.
Hi, this is my buddy Don Shula.
And we're part of the Best Buddies volunteer movement, establishing one-to-one friendships between the non-disabled and people with developmental disabilities. We have an easy way for you to help our cause and clean the environment. All you do is donate your unwanted vehicle to our car recycling program and get a tax deduction. Recycle for Best Buddies will pick up your unwanted vehicle for free. So make a difference. Call 1-800-213-8800.
Top of the 4th inning here at Floyd Hall Stadium. A little bit wet right now. The Rotarians lead this game. Let's go down to field level and the immortal Nick Sortal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here with Ron Ishoy of the Miami Herald.
Thank you very much.
And Ron is third base umpire right now. Ron, tell us about that ugly thing on your leg.
That's a very large bruise, and we've now ice on it now. And you think you go out and do a nice little charity softball game. I can't tell you how much that hurts.
Well,
I got to get back on the field here. Thanks.
All right. Well, it's a third base umpire. Nothing's going to happen anyway.
That's what he thought before, and that's not the case as Decker smacks one right past Howie Schrager, who went in on it. Dwayne Dodson will field it. There's one gone as the first batter flew out. So we're in the top of the 4th inning. We mentioned, Mike, some of the sponsors. We want to just take a moment to mention your names and say thank you for helping put this game together as we wait for the next batter to come up. The Bluff House, Gold's Gym, Riverside Hotel, the Left Bank Restaurant, Mango's Restaurant, Paisanos, Christopher's, Joe's Downtown Auto Detailing, Scotty's Shoe Repair and Dry Cleaning, and many others, which we will mention the names when time permits, as Euler will be ready to go. Down to Kaz at third. They get one at second. Schrager turns it into double play. And for the first time, the Rotarians fail to score, and in fact, they go quickly. We've played 3.5 innings here at Floyd Hall Stadium, and the Rotarians 12. Dolphin Legends 10.
Hi, this is my boy Cody Gifford. We don't know if he's going to be a professional athlete like his daddy or a TV talk show host like his mom or his Uncle Regis, but I know what he wants to be. What, Codes?
Firefighter.
That's right. But we do know one thing. He'll learn fire safety at home. We keep matches out of reach and safety plugs and electric outlets. We have fresh batteries in our smoke detectors, and we have a fire escape route planned if there ever is a fire.
Find out more. Write USFA, Box 70274, Washington, D.C. 20024.
I don't want anything to ever happen to him.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Larry, you know, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you gotta do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and that may have been a pivotal inning, I should say, as the Dolphin Legends shut out the Rotary for the first time in that inning. And, you know, that doesn't often happen in a softball game that you fail to score at all.
Not slow pitch softball, not when you have gentlemen who are over the age of 35 and 40 who have played this game well before. These teams have battled back and forth, but I don't remember anybody mentioning a scoreless inning on the Catholic. Anybody.
It's pretty rare. Kim Bocamper facing J.D. Thrower. J.D. trying to get his guys in position. Bill Aiken with a can of something over there in the grass on second base.
Still trying to figure out the controversy between the immortal Nick Sortal, having trouble, ironically, with the Miami Herald there.
I just don't want to get either one of those guys fired. Ishoy's paying the price, though, with that lump on his leg. So, as Thrower has proven to be a pretty inaccurate pitcher so far.
Thrower having his troubles tonight. Still, though, his team in the lead.
Pitch to Bo. Watch that go behind him. Some of our other sponsors we want to mention: McGee Art Photography, Las Olas Automotive, Irene Massage, Curl Up and Dye Salon, Le Dome Restaurant, Big Louie's Restaurant, Florida Battery, Crazy Huts, Tire Hut, the Crystal Palace in Paradise Island and Nassau, Lucayan Beach in Freeport, and of course our host here and a terrific facility, as I've mentioned several times, Floyd Hall Stadium.
Dave, never mind the game. Look at these restaurants.
Yeah, I'd like to go to any one of them when this thing is over with, and there is out number one. Yeah, you've got some
Mangoes.
top places. Mangoes is real good. Big Louie's is a good place for pizza.
Never been to Big Louie's.
Left Bank I've been to before is outstanding. The Floridian, one of the best breakfast places in Broward County. There's a lot of good places on here. Christopher's, of course, near the beach. Le Dome, also an outstanding place, as you said. Schrager pops this in foul territory. So you got a play on it. He does not. It goes out of play and bangs up against the bleacher seat. Riverside Hotel's got a good place to eat in there, too, should mention. Now we're starting to sound like Phil Rizzuto. Oh, yeah, White. White, are you there? Holy cow.
Take a break to the money store.
Are we on in Florida, White? My kids are down there. Schrager with a kick save and a beauty.
Thrower bringing it inside. He's finally getting across the plate. That could hurt.
That does not do much either, and this should be caught and is. So suddenly the Dolphin bats. Well, they're 0 for 2 in this inning.
This is starting to look like a Marlin game. Not many hits. A little bit of boredom going on now.
Here's Dwayne Dotson, who has shown some good athletic ability today as far as he's got a gun for an arm, and he runs well for a big man, but doesn't hit well. And this is going to be a complete shutout inning all the way around. We have played 4 full here at Floyd Hall. Your score, the Rotarians 1 dozen, the Dolphin Legends 10.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
Drunk driving doesn't just kill drunk drivers. Next time your friend insists on driving drunk, do whatever it takes to stop him.
Top of the 5th inning here. This game started to move along pretty quickly at Floyd Hall Stadium. The Dolphins are down in this game, 12-10 to the Fort Lauderdale Rotary AllStars, and one of those AllStars is with the immortal Nick Sortal.
I'm here with Bill Aiken of the Rotary. He helped put together the softball game. The Rotary's very active in Fort Lauderdale about doing a lot of things to help people. Bill's can you tell us a few more things the Rotary does?
The Rotary's involved in many different things. Beach cleanup, we laid the sod in front of the Hall of Fame. We spend a lot of time doing fundraisers. We have a huge auction each year as well. This is one of our more visible events, and we'd like to thank Floyd Hall and his stadium in the city of Fort Lauderdale for allowing us to spend some time here. It's a lot of fun. And I still mad at Mike Kozlowski for tackling me at home plate.
Well, maybe you can get even with him after on your next at bat.
Yeah, I'll do the best I can.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, we're happy to be out here too, by the way, Bill Aiken. This is the third year that Selkirk TV3 has done this game, and we're delighted to be involved in it. Dave LaMont and Mike Laderman upstairs away from the rain, Mike. We drew the long straws today. There's a swing and a miss. We got one out already in this inning here in the top of the fifth, and Mr. Tom Mahaney is your batter.
We knew the rain was coming in all day long in South Florida.
You know, it's really funny because the afternoon was cloudy, but no rain. And then all of a sudden, it moved in, and as you said, this happens at this ballpark almost every time I'm ever here. And he struck him out. He's down.
A big
Nottingham
K.
records the strikeout, and it wasn't close. Holy smokes.
Nottingham going with not the heat. This is the complete opposite of the heat. This is the cold. The AC was on that one and gets him swinging. Tom Mahaney.
Well, you're going to get another batter out here. Mr. Gilbert is going to come out and bat. We don't have all the names. This is Wilkie Gilbert. Kenny Klein was also up in this inning.
Wilkie Gilbert.
Or is that Gilbert Wilkie?
This is Wilkie Gilbert.
What, named after Wendell Wilkie, do you think? Pitch. Gilbert up the middle. That's going to be a base hit with 2 outs. We noticed that the Kozlowski women have moved in and taken over the middle part of the infield. Some changes now. Kimberly Kozlowski's at short. Bryn Kozlowski's at second. Howie Schrager has gone behind the plate to catch. Otherwise, for the Dolphins, Bob Brzezinski, that's Don Nottingham, your pitcher right there. Kim Bocamper is at first. Mike Kozlowski at third. We need a batter, and it'll be Bill Aiken. Joe Rose in left. Dale Hatcher left center. Right center, Dwayne Dotson. And right field, Bob Brzezinski.
Mike Kozlowski, 2 innings ago, some awful play at the corner for third base. We may see his 2 daughters, Kemery and Bryn, moving to their natural positions at short and third and pushing Daddy over towards second base to get him away from the hot corner.
Well, he struggled there. There's no question about it.
There you see Kemery.
Aiken makes a nice catch, only he's the batter. May not be able to make the play at first. Instead, he gets him at second, and that's it. The Rotarians go down very quietly for a second consecutive inning. We're about halfway through this ball game here at Floyd Hall Stadium. The Rotarians are stuck on 12. The Dolphin Legends have 10. We'll be right back.
You're watching Selkirk's Community Programming Channel, TV3, Hallandale.
At Floyd Hall Stadium, pretty good rain, but the spectators look comfortable. And they're covered anyway. Big Dog rips one. Foul ball. 12-10. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, the Rotarians clinging to a lead. This has happened before. This happened last year. Good start for the Rotarians. I mean, comeback, or they take a little lead and they hang around for a while as Ron Ishoy. A scary, scary sight at third base. But the Dolphins prevail in the end. Rose lines it up the middle. Hit another hit for the Dog. Let's see if he's going to round first. See if he gets to first. Turns up what's left of the speed. Slides in the second with a perfect slide. Ishoy falls in the umpire position, and the Big Dog is there safely.
Look at Joe Rose. He is just playing a remarkable game tonight. Incredible. The man all over the place, constantly diving head first, sliding with his feet. MVP so far this game for the Dolphins.
I have to realize, though, that his son, Garen, is a better athlete. Son plays on one of the smaller fields over here and does very well. Here's Mike Kozlowski taking a strike.
New pitcher also, Dave, for the Rotarians, Frank Lanzana.
Frank is back. He has been, well, actually, J.D. Thrower had a strong fourth inning, helped the Dolphins scoreless. It's pretty weird. We actually haven't had anybody score since the bottom of the third. That is not normal for these kinds of games. Pitch. Foul tip. Foul ball, and Kaz is out. That third foul rule is hurting guys.
We have seen this now twice in this game. Nobody able to get a good piece of the ball in this game. Could be the rain, though. That's always a good excuse for anybody over 40.
And Joe Rose yelling back at the saying nobody's supposed to strike out in slow pitch softball, and I agree. That should be a rule. You should be banished from playing for a month. Here's Bob Brzezinski playing some right field. Bob's got a very popular chicken wing restaurant in Margate. Hits it pretty well toward left, but they're back there. 2 down. Rose tags. He'll go into third.
Look at Rose. No one's going to hear the end of this in South Florida
It's
tomorrow.
the hustle. It's the taking the extra base. It's the things that make him the big dog.
He is, as they say, former Dolphin great.
And it's a term that he claims to be uncomfortable with, but I am not sure. I think he secretly wishes more people called him that.
I believe with the Dolphins, softball goes along with it. And with softball, Dolphin great, same thing, coincides. He's proven himself here tonight. I just really feel bad for the entire South Florida audience that is going to spend 6 to 10 tomorrow on QAM listening to his performance.
Well, maybe not. We see Kimberly Kozlowski there getting ready to go, trying to drive in a run. She misses there, swung way in front of that. 2-0 pitch.
Actually, Dave, I feel bad for you about it.
Well, I know what, I'm used to it, and I can handle him now. It's taken about 2 years. Swing and a miss. I didn't see her swing, so umpire Dale Hutchison is telling Frank Lanzana, get back there and pitch.
Lanzana thinking.
This is controversy here. This is a little controversial. Crazy Sam out there now. This is a little bit ugly. This is just a little ugly.
We've been waiting on something like this to erupt, and with this rivalry that is now 3 years old. And if you want to get technical, Dave, this is 4 years old. 3 years ago, we had a rainout. This is realistically the 4th meeting between these two teams. Miami winning the last 2. Before that, it was rained out. But these guys do not like each other when they get on the field.
That's going to fall for a hit. They got no play at first, and the big dog will score. Did somebody bother telling Ted Moses to look behind him?
Ted Moses, look to your right. Joe Rose is right there, and he's just walking a little bit behind him.
Well, you know who made the big boo-boo? Is the catcher, Wilkie Gilbert. Didn't tell Ted that there was a base runner right behind him, and there's Joe right there talking to some of his fans, standing above the dugout. It's 12-11. And the Dolphins get a 2-out break.
Ted, though, look to your right, my friend. There he is. Joe Rose sneaking in. First of all, a heads-up play by Rose. Then look at the other end, though. Moses just not paying attention. This could cost Florida Rotarians.
Well, Lanzana can't be happy with that support. Here's Hardy. That looks like it's going to go foul, and it does, down the first base line.
Joe Rose looking like a genius on that play. There's always a Kozlowski on the base pass, isn't there?
Seems that way, doesn't there?
Kemery at first right now. They're everywhere you look.
Here's Hardy. He swings and rips one into left field. And it's a fair ball. Euler jumped at it and went over his head. Kemerly will score, tying the ball game up. And Hardy will stop at third with a triple. We're even at 12.
We've seen Fort Lauderdale play deep. All of a sudden, Ernie Euler playing a little bit shallow and misplayed the ball. Kemery Kozlowski, not the fastest of the family, making it around though.
Faster than Mike.
Faster than Mike, that is true.
No question about that.
Not saying that much.
Here's Don Nottingham, the starting pitcher, who's seen his game even up. He's going to make it a Dolphin lead. The Dolphins lead 13-12. So Mike Hardy, who is the softball coach, I believe, at Westminster Academy, there the WA hat comes from. And Mike trots in with the lead run for the Dolphins here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, we wanted to see a good one, Dave. We're seeing it now, swinging back and forth after a scoreless inning. Finally, the runs getting onto the board. We have something going on at the pitcher's mound, though.
Got a timeout. Lanzana here trying to come up with some kind of strategy with Wilkie Gilbert. You see a very good camera shot there from our center field location. And I see Joe Rose going back with the immortal one, so this should be a very interesting interview coming up here any minute now. Joe, once he gets over the incredible shyness And now Joe has called time.
Never been done before in the history of baseball. Come on.
And Joe is organizing an on-the-field interview with the batter. And here's Joe.
Before, but this is a little
Go
much.
ahead.
This is something that's never been done before, Dave LaMont. Dale Hatcher, what are you thinking? The fans are booing us because they don't let you hit. You've hit 2 off the left field fence. What are you thinking right now? We're down a couple of runs.
Well, I'm not thinking of going long this time because I put everything I had into it a while ago, and I know I can't hit it out, so I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to try to just go to right field if I can.
Okay, good luck.
All right, leave it to Joe to come up with broadcasting history there. And here's Dale Hatcher, who I believe is down a strike already in the count.
You know, you don't see this at the Big League World Series that's here in
No,
August.
you don't. It's a little bit
don't.
more organized. And maybe Lanzana has been shaken by this because he's missed badly with that one.
This
there.
could throw his rhythm for a loop here. Hatcher, though, not wanting to go long. He went long last time. He's proven he's had the power, both from the plate and the field.
Well, Frank has got somebody rooting really hard for him in there. You can hear him through our microphone.
Joe Rose, perhaps.
Hatcher singles. And it may be more than a single. Nottingham chugging around. He's got a chance to score.
Don't get in his way.
Bill Aiken just froze. Bill Aiken didn't know where to go with that and really had no place to go with that. The Dolphins have scored another run, and it's 14-12.
Look at Nottingham.
He may be out of breath.
Rounding the bases, out of breath. They need the oxygen out over there on the first base side for him. Still, that man Komodo played for the Fish from 73 to 77, fullback, and he hasn't lost a thing.
Dale Hatcher on third. It's 14-12. Here's Bryn Kozlowski.
I'm telling you, they're all over the place. These Kozlowskis.
Swing and a miss. Had a fairly steady but not a very, very heavy rain the last 2 innings, but they're playing it anyway as she fouls one off. Dave LaMont, Michael Laderman, the immortal Nick Sortal, and our director Mark Pescatori, our Selkirk TV3 crew here. All right. And that was the third strike and the final out. However, we played 5 full at Floyd Hall Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. The Dolphins have taken a lead of 14-12.
The music was loud and we was laughing and joking around. 3 shots fired. He was killed. It really hurt. Why did this have to happen?
Unfortunately, Alicia's story is all too common. Children with their childhood taken from them. Fear of violence is robbing our children of their future. We must take away that fear and give them hope. We must give Alicia and all our children back their childhood. Working together, we can.
Do something now. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT.
Dolphins have made some defensive changes. There's your score. The Legends now on top of this game, 14-12 in the top of the 6th inning. Defensively, Mike Kozlowski is catching. Howie Schrager's at third. They have the Kozlowski sisters playing short and second base. Bo Camper remains at first, and the outfield is the same, and Don Nottingham is still pitching for the Dolphin Legends. This is number 14A. This would be Jamie Meehan, I believe.
Jamie Meehan, one of Bill Aiken's top hitters for the Lauderdale Rotarians.
Knocks that one out of play, and if these kids aren't paying attention, yep, there they are. Softball clanging in there. Taking a good look at this facility here at Floyd Hall Stadium. It's the home of the Big League World Series in August. Has been for, I think, 20 years now, more than 20 years.
They just had the 25th anniversary last August, I believe.
Here's a pitch on the way. Schrager's got it, and you can tell Schrager plays a little softball. That's an out. And tell you what, this facility has improved almost every year. The quality of baseball is excellent. Broward County always puts together a good team, and I don't have the exact dates, but it usually starts around the second week in August, runs for a week. It's an international event. A lot of cooperation from Fort Lauderdale area businesses, and it's a great event for the county. As Wells pops it way high. Schrager calling for it in foul territory and makes the catch for 2 down. So if you have some time in August to come out here for an afternoon or for a night, they play good quality of baseball, and it's a great event.
And good seats always available.
That's 2 down. You know what, Mike? I tell you what, it has been a while since the Rotarians have scored by slow pitch softball standards. They put 5 up in the third, take a 12-8 lead. They're down 14-12, and they are 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Well, you know, Bill Aiken said we have power, and we haven't seen it for a while.
Mike Mead will single that one into left field with 2 outs, so he keeps it alive. And that'll bring up Ted Moses, who's at third base.
They need to get something going here, the Rotarians do. Looking a little bit lackadaisical out there, sort of like the Dolphins did early on for about an inning and a half that we saw.
Into left field, Joe Rose looks like he's there, however, and the big dog makes the catch, and that's it. For the 3rd consecutive inning, the Rotarians do not score. Your score after 5.5, as you see Joe Rose trotting in with a pelota, is the Dolphins 14, the Rotary 12. All right, the hazards of keeping your own score. There is the corrected score, 14-13. The Dolphin Legends in front. Let's get down to the field level and the immortal one. Nick?
I'm here with Kenny Klein. He's the scorer for the Rotary. Seems to be some discrepancy right now. They have it 14-12 is what everybody's saying the score is. But Kenny, what's the real score?
14-13, definitely.
14-13. So you're saying you've been cheated out of a run somehow?
Yes.
Does this have something to do? Could this have something to do with these being proteges of Shula and competition committee or something?
I think so.
Yeah, 14-13 is a typical Dolphin score, isn't it? Yes. All right, so for TV3, for the whole world, for the Dolphins, Kenny Klein, the official score. What is the score?
14-13.
Back to you guys. No further questions.
I disagree, but we will let him. First off, why is the guy playing in the game an official score? That's my question. We have 1 out, is Howie Schrager steps up.
We're sparking a little bit of controversy here. We have it up in the booth, 14-12. That's the score. 12 people cross the plate for the Rotarians, and somehow they get an extra run on there.
We will see how this game turns out, but I question the scorekeeping methods. We'll see here.
Something is amiss, something is not right, and something smells pretty stinky, and it's not coming from the booth. It's coming from down on the field.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Pitch to Schrager. He guns it in the left. And it is dropped. Couldn't hang on. Schrager around second, coming into third. And he slides in safely.
Another error out in left field for the Rotarians, and this is going to cost him. They may have to add on another run.
Well, I'll tell you what, it hit right in his glove. He had it and then could not hang on. So Howie Schrager is on third base with 1 out. Here's Dwayne Dotson.
Dwayne known for his popping up today, Dave.
Well, if he gets any kind of contact here, he'll pad that Dolphin lead, which is 14-13 right now. Good look at Dwayne. And he rips one. That's a fair ball, and it's 15-13 Dolphins. And Dwayne going into second like he means business. Going around second and stops. And they got him hung up.
They do not want to get his way.
Did he get him? Yes, he got him with the ball.
Big play.
Ted Moses and Bill Aiken team up.
Look at Moser and Aiken not even backing down for Dwayne Dotson. the big man on the Dolphins side, and they're taunting him.
If you're scoring at home, that rundown went 7 to 4 to 5. But he does drive in the run. It's 15 to 13. Mr. Klein, if that's your real name. Here's the dog. Playing left field. Joe not happy about that call, and I don't blame him. Sheffield like with the wand. Almost got hit by that pitch, and I tell you what, if Joe gets hit, he charges them out, no question.
That'll be his only exercise, probably.
And he's put in a pretty full day in left field.
Look at that sweat on the back of Joe Rose.
That's not rain either. You're right. That's sweat.
That is sweat. I know it's sweat. I'm wearing his headset, Dave. I'm not in a very comfortable position right now.
You drew a bad assignment there. He hits it well on the left. Is this going to be caught? Yes, and that is the third out. However, the Dolphins pick up one more run. We have played 6 at Floyd Hall Stadium. The Dolphins clinging to a 15-13 lead.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Top 7 here at Floyd Hall in Fort Lauderdale, 15-13. The Dolphin Legends over the Fort Lauderdale Rotary Celebrity AllStars. I want to thank Ron Ishoy of the Miami Herald. You can read his column several times daily when he's able to file it. Ron coming out this year, we appreciate him taking the time to umpire as he has done the last couple of years. And let's see Mr. Dean Decker come up, face Don Nottingham. And you can hear in the background some of the raffle prizes being given away, part of the fun here. And very inexpensive ticket, only $2 for kids and $4 for adults.
We should still be at 15-13. We haven't moved to 15-14
No,
yet.
and tell you what, I don't trust these guys anymore. See, we've moved a couple of people around here in the lineup. It looks like Hardy is catching now. Schrager at third, the Kozlowski sisters, and Dwayne Dotson has moved to right behind second base. So they're going with 3 outfielders, right behind what is the real second base here at Floyd Hall. Somebody's missing. It's Kozlowski. Mike is in the dugout, taking himself out of the game for the good of the team.
Schrager at third base. This is sort of like the New York Mets at third base.
Well, if this drops in, it's going to be a base hit. It does, and Brzezinski lets it get by him. Decker's not fast. Let's see if he can get to third. Brzezinski with a throw into Kozlowski, and she makes the catch, and that's going to exactly be what it is. A triple for Dean Decker, and the Rotarians threatening here in the 7th. By the way, we are playing 9.
Brzezinski chicken wing fingers is what it is.
Could be a little wing sauce on there. By the way, good wings. Taking a quick plug for Brews Place.
Right there on 441 and Sample, I believe.
Yeah, exactly right.
Was in there one time for a bachelor party.
Really?
Had well, I can't really talk right now as my fiance is sitting right behind me in the booth.
Well, you can talk to the Selkirk audience now. You know, this is a very understanding group of people.
Started a nice bachelor. I'm getting pinched. Okay.
Well, you're trying to say that you guys probably ate a lot of chicken wings. That's what
we
you're
have
telling
lots of
me.
chicken wings. Just
maybe
guys talking. That's
carbonated beverages may have been involved.
That's about it.
All right.
Coke,
that's and you should
Coke,
tell her,
Pepsi.
by the way, that's all that ever goes on at those parties, because she's sitting in here with us today, and I'm telling you, that's all it's gonna happen at mine. You know, just some guys sitting around, get some pizza, get some wings, probably watch some like NFL films tapes. As Euler fouls one off, and by the way, that is his 3rd strike, so we have 1 out. And here is Frank Lanzana. So that's really all. You should tell her she had nothing to worry about. Not a thing.
You know, actually, 2 gentlemen up here who are no longer bachelors. This is it. We're gone. We got the rings on the fiance's fingers.
Yeah.
We're taking, all the babes out there, and there's not to say that there are any out there. Would not say that. But should there be any, looking up this way, we're gone. This is the taken booth.
Lanzana fouls one off. I see Dwight Drain with a bat in his hands, the ex-Buffalo Bill safety. Take a look at this guy. This guy, you're wondering if he's out of football, how is that? Because he stayed in shape after playing. unlike some of the gentlemen who we're seeing in the Dolphin colors this evening. Of course, Dwight Drain a little less removed from the game as guys like Beaucamper and Rose and Nottingham and friends. That ball hits the plate.
Dwight Drain out only 4 years, I believe now. But
yeah,
this guy's in playing shape.
He looks terrific.
Put this man on the Dolphins side, and they have a very good softball team. Don't understand why he says he can't play.
Look at this thing hang fair. And he got him at first base. Great throw by Schrager, but the run scores, and it is now 15-14. Decker scored. Lanzana is out. That makes 2 outs. And here is Dwight Drain.
Now let's see just how the Dolphins play him. There you see Dwayne Dodson finally moving back a little bit, as is the rest of the fish on the right side.
Rose isn't moving, and I tell you what, now I will say this. I saw Dwight try to hit some balls, and he didn't have a lot of contact. If he gets a hold of one, the park can't keep it in. So we'll see what he can do. And he looked a little funny on that swing, and Hardy caught him, he's out. So Dwight Drain, well, I guess, you know, when you're a Buffalo Bill, you're a Buffalo Bill. We've played 6.5 here at Floyd Hall in Fort Lauderdale. Your score, the Dolphins 15, the Rotarians 14.
If you can boil water, you can cook a meal for someone who can't. Your local volunteer center can show you how easy it is. So, whose influence are you under?
(15-14) Dolphins in the Rotary. Let's go down to the field. Nick Sortal with Kim Beaucamper.
We're here with the two brain trusts of the Rotaries and the Dolphins.
You know, it's typical of this Rotary team. Typical of this Rotary team, when we get up on you, you want to play 9. If you were ahead right now, you'd say we quit at 7.
We always play 9.
So you guys do everything you can, you always lose. All
right, we'll play one
we'll
more
play you
inning.
15 innings.
We need to get her the ruling right here. Umpire, what's the call?
One more inning.
Okay, folks, you heard it here first.
All right.
One more inning.
All right, they're going to the bottom of the 7th now. This might work. I mean, the Rotarians are behind. They're going to have to shut them out here. They're only down by 1 run. And a little bit of a heated exchange between Beaucamper and Aiken. We mentioned that these Rotarian folks apparently are doing everything they can to win, including begging for an extra 3 outs. So we will go to the top of the 8th inning.
Not only begging for 3 outs, but getting an extra run when they didn't have that extra run.
Right, and that is very suspect. We have kept a detailed scorebook up here of everything that's gone on. Mike, you went over it during one of the breaks. We haven't found that extra run. Right now the Rotarians are down by just 1. So the thing for the Dolphins, the task they have here, of course, try to blow this game wide open so the top of the 8th becomes basically irrelevant. We originally thought the game was going to be 9 innings. Apparently it's going to be 8, maybe 9 if they go on to extras, of course. We're about to find out. Mike Kozlowski has put himself back in the game, and he will bat for the Dolphins.
Well, I did hear Beaucamper state that if you want to play 15, we'll play you 15. I don't want to play 15, Dave.
I don't think Beaucamper does either, I'll be honest with you. I think Kim was talking a little bit too much there. Lanzana's goal here, got to shut him down in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Kozlowski, and he looks at strike 1.
The Dolphins, such as Kozlowski, looking a little beat, but still rips it.
Well, he's got a lot of room to run here, too, because the left field combo back there was up behind the fence, I think, in the picnic area here in the little park that's behind left field.
Now's the time of the game that the Rotarians need to move up a little bit, make some plays happen in the field, or else Frank Lanzana is going to have some mighty pressures put on his shoulder.
Here's Brew, and he rips one, and that could make it 16-14. Kaz is kind of jogging around third. He's going to score. He's going to score easily. Brzezinski doubles, and it's 16-14 Dolphins.
Look at Kozlowski backing in all the way from third base. Mr. Cocky, Mr. Showmanship there. Rubbing it in the Rotarian's face.
Well, that's good news for Joe Rose. Hamburgers and hot dogs are now half price. Here's Kimberly Kozlowski.
Softball game, Westminster Academy, Sports and Family, Saturday, May 13th,
Swing and a miss.
Like father, like daughter.
Well, we got a second here. We got a charity golf event we wanted to talk about also. That will help benefit the Special Olympics. It's on June 10th at Inverary Country Club. It's the Sheer Elegance Models second annual golf tournament. All of the money benefiting the Special Olympics, and the models will be there in case you were wondering. And that will be at Inverary on the 10th at 1:30.
Sheer Elegance Models Day?
Yes, I would not lie when handed something that says Sheer Elegance Models. I'm telling you the truth. So.
I don't recall seeing the Sheer Elegance Models anywhere.
Well, and you're not going to because you're getting married
That
this
is
year.
true. I will not be there.
No, you won't. Kozlowski lines it. That's a base hit. Brzezinski will stop at third. Kimberly Kozlowski with a single. Runners on the corners. There's nobody out.
Not going the way Bill Aiken wanted it when he had his confrontation with Beaucamper.
The Dolphins have gotten a little bit of determination going here now as Mike Hardy steps in. Got his buddy Brew on third. There you see Kimberly on first.
This is definitely backfiring, Dave.
Well, we'll see if the Dolphins and Lanzana's moving him in a little bit. Telling the outfield, the right center fielder, please come in. You're too far out of the picture. Also got to applaud the spectators who have hung in today. It's been kind of rainy. Most of them are covered up, though. Line drive past Decker at first. Another run scores for the Dolphins. Kozlowski's rounding second. She'll get into third. Wild throw there is going to allow Hardy to go to second as Gilbert couldn't make the throw because Kozlowski would have gone ahead and taken home plate. And the Dolphins score another run, and it's 17 to
pretty
14.
ugly. Very ugly.
Well, the Rotarians have had almost no offense over the last 4 innings, managing just 1 run. And by the way, we don't have anybody out here.
Lanzana bringing everybody in now.
Well, he's taking a gamble. He's trying to cut this thing down a little bit. He's had guys all over the place. Nottingham grounds it at short. Goes to first. He gets 1, but the run scores. Kozlowski scores. It is 18 to 14.
And with the offense, or lack of offense, as you mentioned, that Fort Lauderdale has, this could be tough to overcome.
Dale Hatcher can hit, and all of a sudden, Frank Lanzana isn't bringing up his outfielders. He's backing them up.
Look at Lanzana, though, not even waiting. Gets the ball, throwing it, trying to keep, if anything, the Dolphins off balance.
Hatcher looks at ball 2, a little bit too far inside for him. Dale's had a couple triples today, and he has just racked it. He has hit the fence here. That's going to fall right where everybody had been playing. That's going to score Hardy. Hatcher will come into second with a double. In fact, he's going to stretch this thing into 3 and do it easily. Dale Hatcher has added another run. It is what, 19 to 14 I have.
19-14, this is quite ugly.
And Joe Rose is coming up with 1 out. It's a 19 to 14 game. Looking at you like I'm not sure if I've added up right, but I believe we have 19-14 here. And here's the dog with 1 out, only 1 out. This could really get worse.
And you know, you actually heard a fan in the stand say, "Come on, Joe." What are the odds? What are the odds?
Well, that's going to drop in. It's going to be 20. 20 to 14. Rose will round first. And stop in there. Joe is on the bases all day today.
Carries his sweat well. I'm still carrying it on my headsets.
Here's Bryn Kozlowski. That hits the plate. That's the ball. You can hear the rain crackling into one of our microphones. They have played in a pretty steady drizzle for about 4 or 5 innings, but the players have been enthusiastic, and so are the fans. Line shot past Lanzana. That's going to be a hit. Not exactly sterling outfield play there. But he managed to hold her to a single and keep Rose, I think, who stopped at second base because he was laughing too hard.
Does the word ugly fit in this anywhere, Dave?
20 to 14, and Joe Rose is telling Kim Beaucamper, take him deep. Both point. He says he's going to do it. By the way, if Beaucamper hits one over shortstop and in the left and keeps it in front of the left fielder, he could run for an hour. There's that much gap. And Beau does just about exactly that. Into center. Rose will come around. He'll try to score. Throw at the plate, not in time. The dog is in. Beaucamper singles, 21 to 14. Bryn Kozlowski stopped at second base. Runners on first and second. And we'll have a pinch runner, I'm sure, for Beaucamper, who's not running very well today with a sore knee. And it'll be Don Nottingham.
Always my first choice is a pinch runner.
Not exactly.
Nottingham.
Not putting the speed on the base pass. Dolphins have blown this thing open. It's 21-14. Here's Howie Schrager.
The steal sign will not be on.
Schrager puts that one up in the parking lot. So that's foul.
So tell me about Schrager's career with the Dolphins again.
Been a long one and a very profitable one, and we'll talk more about it following the game. Schrager, line shot, base hit. Kozlowski will come around third. She should score. Nottingham will chug into third. He will stop. Schrager walks into second base, 22-14.
There you see they found the right man on the bench to put in as a pinch runner. Nottingham making it to third with no problem. Barely a sweat, barely a breath, and you see him laughing out there.
Well, he doesn't have many breaths left at this point. 22-14, here's Dwayne Dotson, and the Dolphins have scored 7 runs here in this 7th inning. And I assume the Rotarians will want their top of the 8th swings. Dotson hits a fly ball. Into left center, and it's caught. That's 2 down, but Nottingham will tag up and make it 23-14. That ball caught on left center by Timmy Wells, I believe. They've made a few changes, have the Rotarians also. But I believe that is Wells out there in left center. So with 2 down and a, 23-14 lead we have here, and Lord knows the Rotarians probably won't even claim half those runs. Here's the guy who started it all, Mike Kozlowski.
He did, didn't he? We've come around the order for the Dolphins.
Which may be, let's see, everybody is batted. He's the 10th man, so everybody's batted. It's 8 runs that score. So, I might be wrong on this, though. Maybe I'm being too quick to pad the Dolphin runs.
Dave, it really doesn't matter. With the way they add the runs on the field anyway,
right.
we can say anything.
I may have been generous on the behalf of the Dolphins, but right now, as far as we know, it's 23-14. Kaz rips that, going to be foul. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. The catch was made, and that is it. But the Dolphins put up an 8 spot and have blown this thing open. The Dolphins lead 23-14. The Rotarians' last stand coming up when we return.
October 1987. A small child is rescued from an abandoned well. No country comes to the aid of a child the way we do. Yet today, millions of school children need our help to keep the promise that every child gets the best education. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE for information on changing the schools in your community.
Say Merry Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas? Yeah, get lots of stuff. Yay! Get your horsey. Do something cute. You're just gonna sit there and grin.
Next time your friend insists on driving drunk, do whatever it takes to stop him.
The last stand here for the Rotarians. It's the top of the 8th. It's 23-14. If they don't get a tie here or take the lead, this game is over. Bill Aiken will lead it off. There have been some changes for the Dolphins. Hardy at third base now because Schrager is in left because Joe Rose has left. And Aiken hits one into left. So the Rotarians start off with a single.
Just what the Rotarians needed.
Oh, wild throw,
Aiken.
and Aiken is in there safely at second base.
Oh, my.
Schrager kind of lobbed that throw in, and Kozlowski made the catch. Bryn did, but it was well off the bag. So Aiken hustling gets a double. There's nobody out. The Rotarians have to make up a 9-run deficit by our count. And by their count, they're probably ahead.
It's like 14-8, Jamie Meehan.
It's Meehan, who's hit the ball fairly well. Line shot at Kozlowski, she dropped it. Kimberly had that thing and it popped out of her glove. She dove for it with a bare hand, couldn't hang on. Aiken's on third, and Meehan's on first, runners on the corners, and there's nobody out.
Great start for the Lauderdale Rotarians. Though I don't think Bill Aiken expected his team to be down 23-14 heading into this inning.
There's Tim Wells. Tim, the left center fielder today, has shown some pretty good power. His pitch on the way. He swings at it, pops it up. But this might fall in. This might fall in. Schrager's going after it. He can't get it. Aiken will score. Runners on first and second, and it's 23-15.
Coming back! Ball had eyes, and as you heard, someone shout for the field, coming back.
That was Aiken who scored the run.
23-15 now. Dolphins still in control.
Here's Mike Mead, runners on first and second, nobody out. The Rotarians trying to overcome what is now an 8-run deficit. Pitch. Fly ball left field. Schrager rather, and Hatcher, they can't get it. Meehan will come around, try to score the throw, he is safe. He missed him. Good call by the umpire, 23-16.
Great call at the plate and great speed by Meehan.
Yeah, Meehan was very seriously trying to score on that play. Dale Hatcher got the throw there, but there's still nobody out. Runners on second and third. Here's Moses, and it's 23-16.
Meehan just testing the arm of the man who has the greatest arm out there, Dale Hatcher, just barely making it to home.
Kozlowski tagged him with the glove, but the umpire noticed the ball was in Kozlowski's hand. Good call by the umpire at home plate, Dale Hutchison. Line shot, that's going to get through. It's 23-17. Meade will try to score. Schrager's throw comes into second, and they've got him at second base. However, it's 23-18 as another run is scored, and a bad base running move there against the Rotarians knocks the base runner out of base completely. They're empty, and it's 23-18 with one out, and that is a huge out for the Dolphins.
Definitely nothing that the Lauderdale Rotarians wanted to do is get caught on the base paths and get anybody out. All of a sudden, instead of having a nice rally with a man on second, there's one out.
Here's Dean Decker. One away, and the bases are suddenly empty. It gets a little quiet there. Decker at Kozlowski. Good stop. Her throw. Wow! Did you see the gun on her?
Bryn Kozlowski, along with her sister Kemry, those two are not any people that you want to handle the ball because they have some of the finest arms in Broward. I mentioned their hitting ability before. They can also field the ball defensively.
She made a great throw to Bocamper to get the second out, and all of a sudden it's come down to Ernie Euler. This lead may have been too much for the Rotarians to overcome. They were down 23-14 here in the top of the eighth, the final inning. It's now 23-18. Euler's right back through Nottingham. Kozlowski can't handle it. Then she will not make a throw. The ball so weakly hit and never got to the second base bag. Kozlowski tried to field it and just could not.
Last two batters today, and I think we've seen Fort Lauderdale a little too anxious at the plate.
All right, here's Frank. Frank Lanzana carrying his team's hope with two outs. And the first pitch from Nottingham is over. A little bit high.
Finally taking some pictures of the Rotarians.
Foul over the press box, and by the way, another foul ball will be the end of the game. Talk about swinging out in front of that pitch. He put that thing over the sign that says World Series opposite us in the middle of the press box on the first base side.
Which is essentially, if you keep going from base path to base path, from left to right, second to first, go one more notch over.
He almost hit it backwards. Lanzana down to his last strike. Not the guy you'd want up in this situation either. Here's the pitch. Popped him up, and this ought to do it. Kozlowski comes in, and the Dolphins are winners. The Dolphin All-Stars, with, by the way, without the Kozlowski sisters, Mike's daughters, they don't win this game. The Dolphin Legends have defeated the Fort Lauderdale Rotarians once again. Your final score, the Dolphins 23, the Rotarians 18. We're going to take a short break and wrap it up from Floyd Hall Stadium after this on Selkirk TV3.
Janine woke up in a cold sweat with one thing echoing through her brain. Who was this guy in her bathroom?
Meanwhile, Barry was thinking, whose bathroom am I in?
Janine remembered going to the party the night before and getting smashed out of her mind.
Barry remembered getting drunk and acting really stupid.
Eventually.
The whole evening came back.
Oh, I must be really stupid.
I must be really dumb.
What did I do? How did I get myself into this?
Well, what did I do? How did I get myself into this?
What about AIDS? And then they both realized, much to their relief, that unlike the rest of us,
They were just cartoons.
get high,
Get stupid.
get AIDS.
Final score, the Dolphins have won it for the third consecutive year, defeating the Rotarians 23-18. Let's get on down to the field, and the immortal one with the winning manager, Kim Bocamper.
We're here with Kim Bocamper, the undefeated softball coach so far. What's this make it, 3-0, 4-0? What are they saying here?
That's the third time we beat them, and I keep telling them year after year, get a better team, practice a little bit. Well, they practiced this year, but evidently it wasn't enough. We had to bring in some kids to play. We want to even the field with these guys a little bit, but you know, it's always a good time. The Rotary does a great job with all the things that they do, and it's nice. It gives us an opportunity to help them out with their charities, and our guys get to come out and play a little softball and have some fun. So really, it's a great afternoon. The weather.
It doesn't rain quite as much, though, when you win, right? The weather's not as bad if your team wins. If you lose, it's a thunderstorm. If you win, it's a drizzle.
It always rains a little more when these guys always want to play another inning. They always want to go another inning.
We always play 9 innings.
Play until we can win.
They're still arguing. They're still disputing it. They're talking about playing girls. It's going to be on the bulletin board about the girls playing again. Back up to you guys.
Well, I tell you what, if the girls didn't play for the Dolphins, they don't win, as the Kozlowski sisters, Bryn and Kimberly, were outstanding. And, Mike, another win for the Dolphins. And what can the Rotarians do?
I'll tell you, first, listen to Bocamper, just taunting them in the
enjoying
beginning of
the
that
moment.
Enjoying it. That is 3 in a row. You know, they said they wanted to keep it interesting. Bill Aiken was right up until the last inning when they opened it up.
Well, there's an opportunity for the two sides to put away their differences. This is, after all, mainly the big reason, of course, is a charity event for the Gildas Club Cancer Center in Fort Lauderdale, and also scholarships for Fort Lauderdale High and for St. Thomas Aquinas. Mike, it was a pleasure working with you. I enjoyed it. And we're going to wrap this thing up for Director Mark Pescatori and for the immortal one, Nick Sortal, on the field. And, of course, for my partner today, Mike Laderman. I want to thank you for watching this on Selkirk TV3. Your final score, the Dolphins defeat the Rotarians 23-18. I'm Dave LaMont. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.